Hi everyone, and welcome to another video from Psyched About Life. Today we're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of friendship. Now, me and friendship haven't always been on good terms. So there's a lot to that, so I'm going to try to unpack it in a very brief, short, spontaneous way. I have always been particular about the people that I bring close to and spend my time with. Now, whether or not that's, a red flag or a green flag or whatever color of the rainbow you like, it's definitely important to have friends in our lives and to have a social life. There's a lot of good things about having friends. Okay, that could be a separate video, but we all know that it's good to have people that we can go to have fun with. We can have friends for certain parts of our lives, like friends to go traveling with, friends of all sorts of, backgrounds. But the reason being why I'm making this video is because it's part of my own experience, but also doing some digging in on, sorry.
Excuse me.
I sneeze in almost all my videos. It's crazy. Maybe that's a tick. I don't know. Anyway, so, of course, everyone's going to be different. Of course, people benefit from certain things in a friendship. But me personally, I have dealt with a lot of problems with certain kinds of people that I've had as friends and people that I choose to kind of have a distant friendship with just because maybe number one, they live far away. Maybe number two, they're busy, I'm busy, and it's hard for us to kind of stay in contact. Or at number three, we don't have to be in contact. But regardless of the case being, it takes time to build a lasting friendship sometimes, like a good one, because it might be like right person, wrong time, or it might be that part of your time you kind of needed a lot of healing, and you want good people to have in your life. So sometimes we have to kind of do things on our own, and we have to go through many bad apples until we get the good apple, Same thing with romantic relationships. Friends are very similar. They could be temporary in our lives, but regardless, we can make so many videos about friendship. We're going to stick with the do's and the don'ts. So number one, with the do, we want to build a strong connection. We want to be a good listener. Kind of like effective communication. It all ties into good communication, being a good listener, supporting your friends, being there for your friend. Now, it may seem easy to be there for your friend, but sometimes people struggle with, and now this is where the personal growth comes in, they struggle with being there for their friend, or they might make it about themselves, or they might neglect their friend's needs and not really support their friend in the way that their friend wants to be supported. Now, that's normal for that stuff to happen. That's normal for you guys to get into arguments and to have very confrontational moments or need to speak up on your needs. But it matters how you come together with your problems and you communicate effectively. So, do be a good listener, do communicate effectively, and do support and understand. Put yourself in their shoes. Also, celebrate your friends' successes. You want to be the person that brings that friend up versus brings them down. Don't bring your own insecurities into a friendship. See, it's kind of like the don'ts are getting into the do's, but you want to support the success of your friends. Now, the don't would be, don't do that. No, but the don't would be, don't bring your friend down. Nobody likes someone to invalidate success, feelings. We want to validate our friend's success. We want to celebrate them. Share their joy. Celebrate, plan something fun. It doesn't even have to be for the celebration. It could be in general. So it's really good to be effortful in all that we do. And that brings us to the next point, trust and loyalty. So we want to keep their secrets. We want to be dependable. We want to be loyal. We don't want to talk behind our friend's back. Okay, now it doesn't matter how long you've been friends with this person, but it's really important to keep your word, and also keep other people's names. Keep my wife's name out of your mouth. Okay.
This joke, he lucky I ain't sucker punching.
Okay, yes, Will Smith, we're bringing you in. It's really important to leave that drama aside, because even though life can be, especially with girls, it can be drama filled. We want to keep that out of a healthy friendship. Okay, there's a time and a place, but you really got to be careful what you say about other people. And I know it's hard to always, not bring drama or not want to gossip a little bit, but if you don't know your friend that well, if you don't know who she's friends with or who he's friends with, it's not just girls, you really want to keep the drama out. Maybe have like a journal. So that kind of relates to the don't. So don't gossip, don't bring drama, don't talk behind your friend's back, don't cancel always last minute, have that open communication. So the don'ts really go hand in with the do's. So communicate, and then don't break their trust, don't break their boundaries. Just keep that consistent communication. Communication is literally the key to any successful thing. Successful job, successful marriage, I'm not a therapist, but successful marriage, successful friendship, successful anything. Okay, and how we communicate, and we can make so many separate videos on communication, maybe down the road. Comment down below if you want more videos on communication, please and thank you. Communication is so important. Do you know how many friendships I've had, this will be a don't, that you keep things inside, you hold resentment, and you do either petty things, or you talk behind the person's back, that could be petty, or you distance yourself until that friendship dissolves. Now, even if you have your doubts about that friend, that communication could be the saving grace of that friendship, because maybe you don't know the real story. Maybe you need to hear your friend's side, or maybe you need to let your friend know how you're feeling. It may sound simple, but sometimes that's just all it takes, is just for your friend to actually hear what's going on. And one of the things that happened in the past to me is that there were so many different people that had their own versions of a story, because there was, of course, drama. And I was hearing from one person, but I wasn't hearing from the direct source, okay? And now, could that have saved my friendships with those other people? Maybe. But I didn't try to reach out to the other person. That was my fault. And that's why I'm making this video, because there's so many areas of a friendship that we fail to really realize, and there's so many do's and don'ts to take into account. And I'm not saying that these do's and don'ts will bring you the best friends that you'll ever have or keep your friendship forever, because of course things happen in life. Maybe you might outgrow your friends, maybe you might not want to be super social, and that's when you'll know if that friend's really the right one for you, because sometimes, if they were a good friend, or if they were meant for you, they would understand what you're going through, and also maybe they would give you that space and distance that you need. I've had many times in my life where friends didn't understand that I needed my alone time, or they didn't understand that I couldn't prioritize the friendship as number one. So really, there's so many factors, like I said, that go into a healthy friendship, that go into right person, wrong time, vice versa. Think of a relationship, like a romantic relationship, a lot like a friendship. You gotta put the work in. You gotta find the person that's right for you. Sometimes it was the wrong time to meet the person. Maybe you outgrew them. Maybe they outgrew you. Maybe that's a wake-up call. I don't know. But regardless of what it is, it's really good to do all the things that I mentioned and more. And then I guess we'll throw in how to foster and nurture long-term friendships. So like I said, this could be someone that you outgrew, but if you really, because life brings many challenges, if you really want to work through the challenges with that friend, and maybe, you take a friendship break from that friend and you want to come back and you're like, you know what? I really want to work things out with this person. You could adapt personally to the changes or to that person's needs. You can reflect on just a good thing about reflection is like keeping a journal, like I said, because you can literally plan out like, okay, this is what I want, this is what I need, and can this person provide me, or can I provide for that person? Like sometimes for me, I'm a very like visual person and I like writing stuff out. Having it in front of me makes all the difference. Like I like to actually write it out because it helps narrow down on my thoughts, because I have a lot of thoughts up there in that machine and it really helps me. So I think reflection through writing is great, but also if you want to reflect, like just taking a moment, putting on some meditation music, or going for a walk, or even a walk with someone else, and you kind of want to talk or you want to think about it, it could be good to reflect. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if it was all over the place. I'll try to put down the description, like an outline of the whole video, because I know it was a lot of information, but stay tuned for more videos. I love talking about friendship because I have my own personal stories, but also I realize how important it is to have friends. Stay tuned, and I also want to upload some other content, and feel free to comment down below ideas that you have or things that you want to see in my videos. I'm very open to all of your comments and feedback and ideas, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.